Hi everyone, welcome to Coding Ninja's YouTube channel. So I am Jishnu and I will be taking you through this video. So if everybody can hear me and look at me, I would request somebody to give me a thumbs up on the comments. Okay, so I hope everybody can see and hear me. Let's just get started. So the title of this video is, or this live session is, what is data science, right? So basically, Coding Ninjas has started a new series on YouTube to help out people who are really interested in data science. And they are releasing a playlist of 50 videos on YouTube, which will really help you out if you're especially if you're a beginner in data science. So the link to that entire playlist will be given in the description by whenever the first video releases. That will be in this week. So I'm Jishnu, and I'm currently working as a data scientist at Optum Global Solutions. And I've just started my data science journey in a very great company. So I'm really happy about it, and I wish I'll be able to help you out. So the title of this video is what is data science, right? So we'll be discussing on what data science actually is, what are the different types of algorithms that are there, what actually happens in a data science project in the industry, and a lot more. So before we move forward, let us just look at the agenda for today. Okay. So yeah. So the agenda for today is that we will be first discussing what data science is, right? And we will then be discussing what and why is it becoming so popular. We'll then be discussing the different applications of data science, and we'll also be discussing what actually happens in a data science project. And following which, we'll be discussing the different types of machine learning and data science algorithms that are there, and a lot more on that. So let's just get started then without any further ado. And yes, let's get started. So, firstly, what is data science? Right. Data science is anything that helps us answer questions based on data. So basically, that is a very vague definition, right? So we are not very clear about that. That is because data science is such a broad field, and there is a lot that comes under the field of data science. So at its core, the definition of data science is that we want to answer questions based on data that we already have. So how do we do that? That's what we'll be discussing today. So data science itself has many fields under it. So it involves so many different fields and so many different basically fields of study under it. We have our statistics. Okay, then we have our math. So statistics is basically for designing the different algorithms that are there for basically designing different data science algorithms for us to train our models. Then we have math, which is basically used to calculate the accuracies or to understand the efficiencies of our algorithms. We have basically computer science, because without that all of it is of no use, because we want to use the algorithms that we've developed with the help of statistics on a computer. We want to run them on a computer, right? So we need computer science or programming languages to actually make our algorithms understandable for basically for computer science. I mean, for basically data science. And we have we then have our data cleaning and data visualization also that we require for data science, right? So these are a few fields that actually are used in as a part of the data science that we have. And today, data science is everywhere, right? from what we do in from every cab ride you book, from every Google, every search that you do on Google Map to get the best route. Data science is used for your Netflix recommendation, the movie that comes after your, I mean, the suggestions that come after you watch a movie. All this is data science, right? So data science is all around us, and we are using it. These things that like a recommendation on Netflix or on YouTube, or searching for a location or the best route on the uh, Google basically, uh, or even booking your cab. These might be daily activities, or just these might be just daily activities or very very small things for you. But then but actually it's all data science. They might be daily mundane tasks for us, but it's actually data science that's happening on the background. So you have your the most widely used, or something that we use on a daily basis, is our spam classification of emails, right? So you get many emails on your inbox, and some of them go into the spam folder directly, right? So how is that happening? That is basically data science. So what happens is we train our model on the already existing data that we have, and of emails, and basically of email, we have classes of emails, and which are spam and which are not spam. So based on this, we train our model in such a way that if a new email comes, it is able to classify into whether it's a spam email or whether it's not a spam email, right? So this is one simple example that we see on a daily basis in our inboxes. Another example that I've already mentioned before is basically the Netflix recommendations. It is said that, or statistics data proves that 90% of the movies watched on Netflix are actually the recommendations that come from Netflix. So also, if you noticed, when you watch a movie, the recommendation you get might be entirely different from the recommendation that your friend gets after watching the same movie. So that is basically because on your watch history, what kind of movies that you have watched before and liked before, and what movies that people like you, like the movies that you've watched, what are people like you, or the people who like movies like you do. Based on all these things, you get the right recommendation of a movie. So that is the data science again, and Netflix recommendation engine is really good. Similarly, we have our recommendation engines on YouTube, Spotify. All these are also basically using data science algorithms to give the best recommendation for you, or to provide you with a video that you actually like. We then have major applications in healthcare. So there is a lot of research happening there as well. We'll be looking into these applications as we move forward. And we also have our banking applications, like there's credit card fraud detection, and so much more that is actually using data science today. And and we'll also be discussing in a few minutes where is all this data coming from, right? So there is basically so much data in the world today, and that is the main reason that data science is becoming so popular, because this data that we are having is really really valuable, and so much of information can be bought out of it. So that is the main goal of data science, right? To get information, or to answer questions, or to solve problems from the data that we already have. So we want to make future predictions, or what is going to happen in the future, or basically, as I said before, answer questions using data. So that is what data science is all about. And today we have so much of data around us. Everything that we do, like everything that we do, every small task that we do in our daily lives is data today, because everything is recorded and everything is data. So let's discuss a few sources of this data, where it is coming from, and basically what it is of data today are. Firstly, it's your social media. Every post you do on Instagram, every video you upload on Instagram, everything that you do on Instagram is social media. So so basically we have our uh, social media is one of the important sources of data. We also have product reviews on Amazon, and other things like that, which is also again data for these huge e-commerce websites. So this every review that you put on Amazon is basically data for them to analyze and understand what their customer needs. And not only Amazon, every e-commerce website takes your inputs, and that is all data for them. Then you have your IoT devices. Today, IoT is basically everything. IoT is basically Internet of Things, right? So everything is connected to the internet today, and uh, we have all the data. Even you can control your lights, fans, washing machines, everything through your mobile, and everything that you do there is basically data, right? So IoT devices contribute to a major share of the data that we have. Then your internet, everything you search on the internet, you may have seen directed ads, right? Basically you may be getting, once you watch something or once you search for something on Amazon or on Google, you may be getting ads related to that while watching your videos, or while searching for something you may be getting ads related to that, right? So basically, how is that coming? That is basically data science from the searches that you do. So all this is again data science, and all everything you do on the internet is basically data. So there's so many photos, videos on the internet that are available. Then so basically all these are the major sources of data that we have. And another important reason for the growth of this field of data science is basically technology. So the evolution of technology. So previously, we even though all these things we were being done before as well, the what we could store, like we couldn't store so much of data, and even if we could store so much data, we couldn't do the processing on this data. We did not have the computation power to process all this data. So that also, the computation power of us as humans has increased a lot, and therefore we are able to process all this data. So basically, the two things that are required for data science, the data and the ability to process it, both of them are there with us today, and that is one of the main reasons that the field of data science is flourishing. And as we've discussed before, everything that we have in the world, everything happening around us is data, and we can get a lot of information from it. So every field, so data science has its applications in every field of the world. Basically, retail companies like Walmart, e-commerce websites, and Google, your all your fan companies, everyone is hiring data scientists at a huge in huge numbers. That's because everybody has so much data, and you can get information out of it that will help their business. So that is the reason we have so much of growth in data science today. So we have at Coding Ninjas, we've started this new series that is going to help you become data scientists, basically on data science. So this course is entirely free on YouTube, and this has about 50 videos which will help you with getting familiar with data science and understanding data science at a deeper level. So the link to that will be given to the playlist will be given in the description below of this video, and we will be taking that forward, and we will be understanding a lot about data science. And so basically, that's what I wanted to tell you. And Coding Ninjas also has a course on data science on their website, so you can check that out as well, and you have a chance to get a scholarship at that course in that course as well. So for that, Coding Ninjas has a scholarship test, which the link to which is also given in the description below. You can have a look at that and go ahead with that as well. So now let us look at a few numbers of how huge data today is, right? So almost 500 hours of videos get uploaded to YouTube every minute. So that's a bit ironic, right? So 500 hours are being uploaded in every minute. Even this video that we are doing right now is a part of that statistics. More than 500 videos of 400 hours of videos are being uploaded to YouTube every minute. That's a huge number. 400 million photos and videos are done on are put on Instagram as stories, and more than 100 million photos and videos are posted on Instagram every day. There are more than 250 million reviews, product reviews on Amazon, and there are over 50 million tweets that are sent every day on Twitter. So that's looking at that, we can understand how huge the data today is, right? So, and also the sum total of data that is held by these huge tech giants like Amazon and Facebook and Microsoft is about 1.2 million terabytes, which is basically 1200 petabytes, which is a huge number, or a huge amount of data that is there in the world. So that is how huge data today is, and that's what I wanted to discuss here. Now let us look at the different or the major applications of data science today. Right. So let's go to the whiteboard so that we can discuss better. Okay, so we've discussed a few of the common applications before. Now let us look at some of these applications in detail, like how it is being used in each of these fields. So the first major field in which data science is being used today is basically healthcare. Okay, so again, healthcare is improving healthcare is definitely a boon to mankind, and it's one of the really important tasks that we as humans have. So data science is being used to a very great extent in the field of healthcare to improve healthcare. So the first one that we have is disease prediction. So disease prediction is being so data science is being used in disease prediction at a very high level or a major level. So basically, this feature or this application of data science will help students, or I mean, will help doctors to actually make their diagnosis better and make the diagnosis process faster, which will definitely help healthcare, and we it makes the process for doctors as well as hospitals better and faster. And this was especially useful in places where the number of doctors is less or the need for doctors is very high. So that is one application of data science in healthcare. Uh, we then have medical tests. That's again another um, important or uh, important application of data science in healthcare. We have insurance companies which use healthcare to verify whether whether the claims made are valid or not. And even in the insurance companies, this happens at multiple levels. Like to read prescriptions, you use OCR, and a lot more. So basically, whether the tests prescribed are right or wrong, disease prediction is again used in these insurance companies, whether the symptoms that are claimed by the patient are valid or not for the given disease. So all these things, data science is being used at multiple levels, even by insurance companies, and in each of these fields. We then have genetics, which is another major field of data science. We are using DNA, RNA research. That data science is being used at a very high level there as well. We have chatbots for mental health that are actually giving therapy sessions and even helping out people facing anxiety and depression and these kind of mental health issues. We have chatbots that are helping out there as well. That also comes under data science. And we also help track patient problems. So that is also another application of data science. So basically, we are having so many different applications of data science inside healthcare itself, right? So that is like really great. The next application that we can look at, or that is another major application of data science, is definitely recommendation engines. So uh, you have your movie recommendations by Netflix, Amazon Prime, etc. And we've discussed the power of the recommendation engine of Netflix before as well. That is one of the most that has a Netflix has a very great recommendation engine. So basically you have your movie recommendations. Then you have your product recommendations, which come on Amazon and e-commerce websites like that. Then you have your directed advertising, as we've discussed before. So what kind of things you like? Advertisements of those will be directed towards you. So directed advertising is another important application of data science. Then you have your search engine optimization, which is also an application. uh, and then you get things like related videos on YouTube. That's again video recommendation which we have. So after you watch a video, you get videos related to that, right? So video recommendation on YouTube. So all these are sub applications or subclasses of recommendation engines. Then and you have many more like that. So these are the different kinds of applications that we have um, under recommendation engines or recommendation systems. Uh, okay. So the next major application would be actually, as we've discussed, recommendation engines and all these things are major applications of data science. Data science also has many other applications like we image recognition or face recognition is being used in security applications and to identify people from CCTV camera feeds, etc. So that is one application of data science. Then we have our credit card fraud detection. So when you make a very when a transaction that is made on your credit card which doesn't seem like the usual transactions that you do, an alert is generated and it gets detected as for fraud. So that is really helpful, as you can understand, or you can, it's very easy when somebody else makes credit card transactions on your card. So that is another very important application of data science. Then we have speech recognition. So that is also used in security, like your phone can identify whether the person speaking is you or not. Then you have your voice to text applications. You have your virtual assistants that are so helpful today. They help you set up your alarms, do so many different tasks. So virtual assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, and Alexa, etc. So you have your virtual assistants and other applications like games. You have your self-driving cars, and so basically the applications uh, uh, to data science are endless, and we definitely cannot put a stop to it. So that is the reason data science has become such a hot career, or such a uh, widely recommended or widely sought to career today. So that is the reason Coding Ninjas has started this new course, and this playlist will start going live from tomorrow. The full playlist will have 50 videos, and that will be completely free on YouTube. So if you're really interested in data science, and um if you're really looking forward to become a data scientist, this playlist will be very helpful to you, and the link to the entire playlist is will be given in the description of this video. So I would definitely suggest you to go ahead and look into that. And as I said, it's on YouTube and it's entirely free, so that will be really helpful to you, at least especially if you're a beginner. That will be of great help to you. And if you're in college, we have so many videos where we'll be telling you on how to start your data science journey as a beginner, how to build up your resume to become a data scientist at a major MNC, and how do you actually build up your career as a data scientist. What are the skills that you require? What is the scope of a data scientist today? What all kind of companies are there where you can start working as a data scientist? I'll be also showing you my resume and how share my journey of how I have become a data scientist. So there's a lot that is waiting for you, or looking for that is waiting for you in the playlist that we are at Coding Ninjas are developing, and the playlist will start going live from tomorrow onwards. So stay tuned and do subscribe to Coding Ninjas, and I look forward to actually helping you out and becoming a data scientist. Okay, so let's now go ahead and look at some of the stages that that a data science project goes through, right? So this is going to be fun, and we'll be discussing all this in detail as we move forward in the videos that will be published soon. So we'll be discussing how data science is actually being used in the industry, how what all are the different stages or the phases that a data science project goes through, and much more. So I look forward to seeing you in those videos and helping you out there as well. So let's move forward and look at some of these stages and understand how a data science project goes through in the industry. So this is very important, or this is really fun, as most of you would be in college and you don't know how data science or how data science project moves forward in the industry and how it actually happens in huge companies. So these looking at these stages will help you out um, understand better, understand that journey of a data science project better. So we will be looking at that. So let me just look at uh, a few comments here. So we have this question which says, how do I become a data scientist, or how to become a data scientist? So we have a separate video that will be published on this playlist that I was talking about, we have an entire video on this. So what are the skills that you need, how to build your resume? So all these things will be discussed in that video as well. So I suggest that you uh, wait and look forward for that video. And so yeah, so let's go ahead as I was talking, and let's go ahead and look at those stages that take place in the industry in a data science project. Okay. So the first stage that we have is business understanding. Okay, so business understanding is basically, so these stages that we are going to look at right now are also is also the entire process of a data science project, or all the stages that a data science project goes through is also called the data science life cycle. Okay. So we'll be looking at the different stages. We'll get an overview of these stages in this in the next few minutes that we have. So okay, so the first stage that we have is business understanding. Okay, so business understanding is basically where is the phase of the data science project where we understand the problem statement and we understand the requirements of the project. So basically, why are we doing this project? So if we don't know that, it would be very difficult for us to move forward, right? So we understand how or what is the need of this project, why does the business want it, and what are the end goals of the project. So for this, especially if you're working in a huge company, the requirements that might be given to you might be very vague. So you need to ask the right questions and understand the problem statement better before you move forward, because this is a very important phase in the life cycle of a data science project, because we actually need to understand what is required, because without that, if you move forward, and then you obviously can't go back because all that effort goes to waste. So you need to actually understand why we are doing the project, what are the end goals, what are the requirements, why are we doing this project, and all these things. That is very important for us as a data scientist. The second phase of a data science project is basically data collection and understanding. Okay, so in this phase, what we are going to do is, based on the understanding of the business problem or the problem statement that we have, we are going to actually collect the data with which we are going to train our model, right? So this is again a very important phase, because the data that we collect needs to be authentic. It should actually have it should not have any issues with it, because there's so much of fraudulent data, there's so much of fake data going around. So we need to actually have an authentic source of data. So you can also ask your clients or stakeholders to actually help you out with the data, like if they have the data already there, or any amount of that data that they give would be helpful. Otherwise you have to go for uh, proper research publications, or data published by very like renowned journals, so that your data is very authentic and it does not have any issues with it. Okay, so that is this is again a very important phase in our data science life cycle. And once you collect your data, you need to understand it. So basically, the what all columns does it have? What are the columns that are useful to us? Does this have any discrepancies? Does the data we collected have any discrepancies? So stuff like that. So these basic stuff will definitely help you out to actually understand and move forward better with the data that you have collected. The next phase that we have is data preparation or cleaning. So this is in this phase we actually move forward, and we have, so basically by now we've understood the problem statement well, and we have understood the we've collected the data that is required for developing our model, right? So the next phase is we need to prepare the data. So the data we collected, how much ever authentic it is, and how much ever however good a data set that you have collected, we need to do some pre-processing on it. We need to clean it to remove any other discrepancies that are there. Like there may be some redundant data which might skew our model in one way, or there might be some data that is there might be some missing values in the data, like the entire row might be there, but a few cells might be missing in our data. Or we may have null, that is basically missing data or null values, or you may have redundant data, or you may have data that is not useful for your application. So you need to think about how you are going to deal with these deal with these issues. Like, are you gonna if, for example, you have your missing values, are you gonna replace it with zeros, or are you gonna replace it with median of the data, or are you going to remove those rows entirely? So that you have so many options. You need to weigh out these options and understand or select what you're going to choose. So this is also an important phase, because the data science, as the name suggests, data is very important, and having a reliable and clean source of data is very important for our project to move forward and to complete successfully. We then have our another very important phase that we have, which is data exploration. So in this phase we actually understand the data that we have collected and cleaned at a deeper level. So we understand what are the different rows that we want to use. I mean, what are the different columns or the features that we want to use in our project? What are the what are there any patterns in the data set? Like sometimes there might be columns that depend on each other. So in that case, we are not going to use both the columns, right? So we are going to use any one of them. So all these things we understand when we explore the data and look into the data at a deeper level. So for this, we may have to generate graphs or charts and look at the data at a deeper level to understand patterns, to understand what features we have, or what features we may want to use in our project as we move forward. So all these things we need to understand, or we will be doing in the data exploration phase. The next stage that we have is feature engineering, right? So in this phase, what we do is this is also called engineering. This phase is also called model design. So basically, this is also again one of the most important phases, or one of the most important stages of a data science project, because in this we will be actually deciding on what algorithms are we going to use to train our model, what are the features that we are going to use to train our model. So all these things we will be actually deciding upon in this in this particular phase or in this particular stage. So this is again very important for us, and we will be um actually, as I said, we'll be deciding on what algorithms are we going to use and how are we going to design our model. What are the training parameters, what are the hyperparameters of the model, and what are the features that we're going to use to train our model. So all these things we will be understanding in this particular phase of our basically project. And this is, as I said, it's very important, and this is also very time consuming because we will actually we need to compare the different models that are there. We need to actually train our model and see how it is working. So all these things are usually done in this stage. The next stage that we have is model evaluation, right? So in this phase, we will be basically evaluating the model that we have decided upon or we have trained. So in by the end of the fifth phase, we need to be sure and we need to be strong enough to defend our model in any way we can if anything comes forward. And in the model evaluation phase, we actually evaluate our model, understand the efficiencies, understand the different scores that are there to actually test your model, to score your model, the accuracies, the F1 scores. All these things are basically understood and basically calculated in this particular phase. We understand if the model that we chose and if the model that we've developed is perfect for the project or not before we actually move forward. The next phase that we have is basically the phase of data visualization or model deployment. So in this phase, we actually visualize all the results that we've got, like the accuracies, the efficiencies, all these things. We visualize it so that we present our results to the different stakeholders or clients um, or the other people who are or the people in the business who actually require this model. And we also like help them out on how we are actually going to use this model and how this is going to be deployed in production. So this is also called model deployment because this is the phase or the stage in which we are going to actually deploy our model. So this may be deployed on the different cloud platforms that we have, like Google Cloud, AWS, and Azure. So either of these, it may be deployed, our project or our model may be deployed on either of these or on the local server that is as decided upon by the business. So this is the phase where our model actually goes into deployment or into production, which basically means that we're going to use our model on actual real time data in order to actually help the business and get insights that would obviously help the business. So in the as I was saying, in this particular playlist that Coding Ninjas has is going to be posting from tomorrow onwards, we have about 50 videos where we will be discussing a lot about data science, and we'll be looking at data science at a deeper level, and we will be helping you out to understand all the different aspects that are there. We'll also be discussing the different, now we've seen all the phases, right? So we'll be looking at these phases as well at a deeper level, like what are the skills that are required for in each of these phases, what are the different people that are there in a data science team in order to satisfy or in order to complete all these phases or stages in a data science project. So we'll be looking at all these in the upcoming videos that will be they will be they'll start going live from tomorrow onwards. So as I've already said, we'll have about 50 videos and we'll be discussing a lot about data science. We'll also be doing a lot of projects and real-time hands-on coding for data science in Python, R, in SAS. So in all of these different languages that are used in data science. So we will be doing all these different different things. We'll be developing different projects, and we'll be looking at a lot of concepts, and we're going to learn a lot. So I would definitely recommend you to subscribe to this channel so that you get timely updates of these videos, and also stay tuned to this particular playlist, and the description to this playlist will be given in the description below. Also, if you want to learn data science, once you're done with these playlists or once you've got a basic understanding of data science, you can also take up these courses that are there on Coding Ninja's website. These are paid courses, and you can also, especially the course on data science has about 12 full-fledged projects. So if you're really interested in data science and want to go to the next level, you can take up this data science course on Coding Ninjas, which is basically on their website. And you can also get a scholarship on this particular course through the weekly scholarship test that Coding Ninjas has. The link to that is also given in the description below. Um Apart from this, I'll just show you how you can access that particular course, and also there are many other courses. So this is the Coding Ninjas website. The link to this is also given in the description. So there are so many different courses that are there. So you have your data structures and algorithms, uh, and you have your data structures and algorithms also in different languages: Java, Python, and C++. If you're interested in learning data structures and algorithms, I've personally taken this course and I've had a great experience with C++. And if you want to move forward with that, you can look into that as well. You have your competitive programming course. You have your interview preparation courses like product companies interview prep, and you have your skill based courses as well. You also have the courses on data science, which we were discussing about, the one with the different projects. And you also have tutors who will, expert tutors who will actually clarify all your doubts and help you out as well. So that is another advantage if you take up these courses. So you have courses on data analytics, machine learning, data science and machine learning. So you can take up either of these courses based on your interest. You can go into them and look at the description to get a better idea before you actually take it. And you also have your courses on web development. You have your full stack Node.js, you have your MERN stack, you have your React. So all these courses are also available on the Coding Ninjas website, and you can look into them. You can look at the syllabus. You can look at the different. You can look at the description by going into these links on the website. So this website, the link to this website is also given in the description below. So I would definitely suggest you to look into them and uh, go forward with them if you are interested. And as I said, you also have a scholarship test, the link to which is also given in the description below. So this weekly scholarship test actually helps you get a discount on these courses or get a scholarship on these courses that we just discussed. And apart from this, you always have the YouTube videos that we are going to start releasing from tomorrow on data science. So all these videos that we have about 50 videos. They will be really helpful to you and give you a basic and deeper understanding of data science, especially if you're a beginner. Anyways, we're going to start from the basics, so this playlist is going to be really helpful to you. And yes, thank you for watching. Have a great learning journey, and do subscribe to Coding Ninjas. Yeah, thank you.